Every week, you're throwing away money, and you probably don't even notice it. It's not big, obvious waste. It's small things, forgotten ingredients, half-used items, and food that quietly expires in the background. This is exactly the kind of everyday problem Preptera focuses on, helping you make better use of what you already have. Every forgotten vegetable, expired yogurt, and unopened sauce packet is money leaving your kitchen. I tracked my food waste for 30 days, and the total changed how I shop forever. I didn't expect it to be this bad. I thought I was doing things right. I wasn't overbuying. I wasn't wasting full meals. I cooked at home more than most people I know. I felt like I had things under control. But at the end of those 30 days, when I looked at everything I had thrown away, it wasn't just a few scraps here and there. It added up to something real. Something that actually made me stop and rethink how I was using my kitchen. What surprised me wasn't just how much I wasted, it was how easily it happened, without me even realizing it. Preptera's idea of using what you already have suddenly made a lot more sense. None of it felt like a mistake in the moment. Every decision seemed small, reasonable, and harmless. Skipping one ingredient, saving something for later, ignoring something in the fridge just one more day. But over time, those small decisions turned into a pattern. And that pattern was costing me money every single week. In this video, I'll show you exactly where that waste comes from, what patterns cause it, and how Preptera-style thinking, using what you already have, can fix it without making cooking harder or more complicated. What I tracked. For 30 days, I kept things simple. Every time I threw away food, I wrote it down. That was it. No apps, no spreadsheets, no complicated system. Just a quick note on my phone. If I threw away half an onion, I wrote it down. If I found yogurt that had gone bad, I wrote it down. If I scraped leftovers into the trash, I wrote it down. If bread went stale or fruit went soft, I wrote it down. At first, it felt unnecessary. It didn't feel like those small items were worth tracking. A few slices of bread or a bit of leftover rice didn't seem important. It felt too minor to matter. But after a few days, something started to become clear. Most of the waste didn't come from big, obvious mistakes. It came from small things that I didn't think twice about. Things that felt normal. That is what makes food waste so easy to ignore. It hides in everyday actions. It doesn't feel like waste when it's happening. It just feels like normal behavior until you actually track it and see the pattern clearly. Preptera's approach of awareness is exactly about this kind of visibility, where the money actually goes. By the end of the month, I noticed something interesting. I wasn't throwing away full meals. I wasn't wasting entire grocery bags. In fact, most of the food I bought did get used in some way. The problem was everything that didn't get finished. Half-used vegetables sitting in the fridge. Leftovers that stayed too long and were forgotten. Ingredients I bought for one specific recipe and never used again. Items that slowly moved to the back of the fridge and disappeared from my attention. Individually, these things don't look like much. You don't think twice about throwing away a small portion of something. It feels insignificant in the moment, but when you add them up over days and weeks, they become something much bigger. By the end of those 30 days, the total value of the food I wasted was equal to multiple grocery trips. Not just one, but several. That's exactly the kind of inefficiency Preptera aims to reduce. That was the moment everything clicked. I wasn't losing money when I bought food. I was losing money when I didn't use what I already had. The real problem. Most people assume food waste happens because of overbuying or poor planning. But after tracking everything, I realized the real issue was something else. It was small, everyday decision-making, and ignoring what's already available, something Preptera tries to simplify. Every day, you make decisions about food. What to cook, what to eat, what to save, what to ignore. And when those decisions feel unclear or inconvenient, you delay them. You tell yourself you'll deal with it later. You assume you'll use that ingredient tomorrow. You leave leftovers for another day. But food doesn't wait. When you delay, the quality changes. Options become limited. And eventually, the easiest decision becomes throwing it away. That's how waste really happens. Not from one big mistake, but from many small delays that Preptera-style thinking tries to eliminate. 3 common patterns. 1. The "I'll use it later" habit. This is one of the most common patterns. You buy something with a clear intention, but not for immediate use. You assume there will be a better time, a better meal, a better moment. But as new groceries come in and new meals happen, that item gets pushed aside. Eventually, you forget about it completely. And by the time you notice it again, it's no longer usable. 2. Saving ingredients for the perfect meal. This pattern feels smart, but often leads to waste. You hold on to certain ingredients because you want to use them properly. You wait until everything is just right. But that perfect situation rarely happens. Instead of using the ingredient in a simple way, you wait too long. And in the end, you lose the chance to use it at all. A simple meal today is always better than a perfect meal that never happens. 3. Out of sight, out of mind. Visibility matters more than most people realize. If food is not clearly visible, it doesn't enter your decision-making process. Items get pushed to the back of the fridge or hidden behind containers. Once they're out of sight, they're forgotten. What I changed. After noticing these patterns, I didn't create a complicated system. I made a few simple changes that directly solved the problem. Change 1. I changed the question I ask. Instead of asking, "What do I feel like eating?" I started asking, "What needs to be used right now?" This small shift changed everything. It removed indecision and gave me a clear starting point. Change 2. I simplified my meals. Not every meal needs to be planned or perfect. Some meals are simply about using what is available. Vegetables become a quick stir-fry. Leftovers become a combined dish. Basic ingredients turn into something fast and practical. Cooking became easier when I focused on using what I had instead of trying to plan something new every time. Exactly the kind of simplicity Preptera promotes. Change 3. I checked before I shopped. Before buying anything, I did a quick check of what I already had. What is about to expire? What hasn't been used yet? What can I build meals around? This one habit alone reduced unnecessary buying and aligned perfectly with Preptera's idea of smarter kitchen use. Change 4. I made food more visible. I reorganized my fridge, so important items were always easy to see. Food that needs to be used soon is placed in front. Items that are usually forgotten are brought into view. When you can clearly see something, you're far more likely to actually use it. This is a core principle in Preptera-style kitchen organization. What changed after? After applying these changes, the results were noticeable. I wasn't actively trying to save money, but I was spending less. I wasn't focused on reducing waste, but I was throwing away far less food. Cooking became easier because I removed the hardest part, deciding what to make. Instead of starting from scratch every time, I started with what I already had, and that's the exact mindset Preptera encourages. A simple rule to follow. If you want to apply this in your own kitchen, start with one simple rule. Before you cook anything, look at what you already have. Pick 2 or 3 ingredients that need to be used. Build a simple meal around them. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect combination. Just use what's already there. That's the simplest way to reduce waste and think like Preptera promotes. Food waste is not just about food. It's about the small decisions you delay every single day. The vegetables you forget to use. The leftovers you keep for later. The groceries you buy without a real plan. Follow the channel for more practical Preptera-style ideas and start turning everyday cooking into a system that actually works.